It's that time of year, time to hibernate when it comes to camping. Coming up, how to winterize a Lance 2075. Well, it's been quite a first camping season for us and our new Lance 2075 trailer. We ordered it in October of 2020 and picked it up in March of this year. Since then, we've taken Guinevere out 10 times and accumulated over 8,000 miles. It's been quite a first season with a lot of wonderful memories. Now, since we live in Idaho, we're going to see some freezing temperatures soon. That means we need to prepare the RV to protect the plumbing from damage. This process is called winterizing. In a nutshell, we have to purge the entire trailer of any water and then use RV grade antifreeze for further protection. This is the main process in winterizing an RV. There's also some additional to-dos related to batteries and a few other odds and ends, which I'll get to later in the video. But the most important aspect to winterizing is protecting all your water connections from damage. RV plumbing is much more delicate than the plumbing in your home. Frozen water can expand and damage pipes, causing leaks and plenty of headaches in the spring. For that reason, winterizing is a must if your RV is going to see sub-freezing temps during the winter. The first step is to make sure all your tanks are empty. That includes the black waste tank, gray tank, and the fresh water tank. Then we start draining the water. On the 2075, the water heater system is a Truma Combi. So in the Truma system, you want to turn the valve here to empty it, and then this is the pressure release valve right there where my finger is, and doing the pressure release valve there will also help purge the system of any water. And then you have to do the bypass switch so antifreeze will not go into the water heater, and that switch is right here, and you just turn it. And now that is in the bypass position. Next step, open the low point drains. Every RV has these. This is just a gravity purge of all the lines in the RV. After you've completed these steps, you're ready to blow out the lines with an air compressor. And you do want to get one of these, which is a quick connect that goes right into the hose connection on the black water flush and the fresh city water intake as well. Now there's two ways to do this. Some people just do the air compressor where you blow out the water and then just pour a little antifreeze in the drains to protect the P-traps. Other people don't use a compressor at all and just pump antifreeze through the system. I'm actually gonna do both. We're inside the trailer now, and we wanna access the water pump. For the 2075, it's located in a compartment below the refrigerator. You can see here, there's a drawer below the fridge and an air vent. You can either remove the drawer or simply take off the vent to access the water pump. For me, taking off the vent was easier. This accesses the compartment that houses the water pump. And within this compartment is an included winterizing hose. This hose is placed here by the manufacturer for this precise purpose, to pump antifreeze directly into the plumbing and only the plumbing. There's a bypass valve that you do have to turn to activate this hose. Once you've done that, you start the water pump and let the antifreeze get ingested into the system. Then you simply start opening one valve at a time to run the antifreeze through the system. Make sure to turn both cold and hot water valves for every water outlet. Now you can see here as I pump the antifreeze through, you're seeing some water come out, clear water, before you see the pink stuff. That tells me that the air compressor did not get all the water out of the system, so I'm glad I'm doing both procedures. You'll want to remember to do this for every water outlet, including the outdoor shower. Now, if you're wondering, there's two reasons for why I chose to do both methods. One, I was curious to see how effective just the air compressor was. In this case, it did still leave a little water in the lines. The second reason, I wanted to blow some air into my black tank flush, which would not have access to the antifreeze. So using the air compressor to get that black tank flush, any water remaining in that line flushes it right into the black tank, and that was important. Now, once you get all the plumbing handled, you're going to want to remove the batteries and store them. I'll keep mine in the garage and put a trickle charger on so they stay charged over the winter. Beyond that, you'll want to make sure and remove any perishable items from the RV, any toiletries that might freeze, and any other liquid products. Get them all out. Also, make sure you leave the refrigerator cracked open to prevent mildew and mold. One last step on the interior is performing a thorough deep clean. This includes making the bathroom sparkle with freshness, dusting and wiping down all the surfaces, cleaning out and wiping down all drawers, run all the dishes, flatware, and utensils through the dishwasher and put them back in place, vacuum clean and disinfect the floor, and remove and launder all linens and making the bed with fresh linens. These steps ensure the trailer will be stored all winter with a fresh and clean that will make the springtime startup much more enjoyable. On the exterior, here's a little trick an RV veteran once shared. Put a couple of mothballs inside the refrigerator vents to prevent any insects from getting too comfortable in these areas. Just don't forget to remove them in the springtime. Finally, I prefer to put tire covers on. Even though I'm storing the trailer in a covered space, I found that putting these tire covers on does help protect the tires from dust and dirt. And that's it. The trailer is now winterized. Make sure to leave questions or comments below, especially if you're winterizing your RV and have any additional tips and tricks. That'll do it for now. If you find this type of content helpful and informative, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time right here on Idaho Voyager.